We cross to our reporter, Jayed Paulse, who is at Zwelethu Secondary School in Umlazi. And Jayed, we heard from the learners earlier this morning, and very interesting just listening to them and some of the difficulties that they encounter, as if it's not stressful enough just sitting for these Matric exams. But of course, you continue to give us, a story and a picture of what is happening. So back to you.
It's very true, Sakina. We spoke to the learners who told us about their hardships and what they go through. I mean, some of them studying with torches at night, also saying that because of the load shedding, they're unable to charge their phones, so they only have about 2 hours of battery life in order to study. Many of them also saying they come back to the schools, Zwelethu High School here in Umlazi, and they try and get in the time. However, when they have to leave school, they face all kinds of dangers because of the criminal elements here in this particular community. But to go behind the scenes, we've heard what the learners are saying, but the support that they're getting from teachers. I mean, we've seen matriculants and as well as other students going through the unrest here in KwaZulu-Natal, not talking about the pandemic that we're still currently faced with, and now load shedding. I'm going to bring in Mr. Taylor here, one of the teachers. He is invigilating, so I just want to quickly talk to him before he goes in. Thank you so much for availing yourself. Obviously, it's been a very difficult year, especially in KwaZulu-Natal. We saw COVID-19 ravaging through many communities, lots of loved ones being lost, children losing their parents. Then we had the unrest, and now we have load shedding. As an educator, how difficult has it been for you?
Load shedding has affected us negatively as teachers. As a teacher, you don't just go to the class without preparing yourself. So we prepare ourselves prior before the lesson. So now when load shedding happens, then you're not able to prepare, have enough time to prepare for your students, because we have to stop immediately if load shedding happens. So when you get to the class now, you have to come with other strategies on how to deliver your lesson. Sometimes something that you have not yet prepared to do. Like in our school here, we have information technology, which is a subject that needs electricity. So now when load shedding happens, then those teachers they suffer from working on such conditions.
In terms of the support that you try and give the learners, I imagine it's difficult for you to prepare your classes, but in terms of assisting them and also encouraging them to study, how are you guys faring as educators in that?
We're really failing, because sometimes as teachers we go extra mile in such a way that we invite our students after hours, like we stay with them at 6 o'clock in the evening. So now we can't do that anymore because of load shedding, you know what I'm saying? So we can't keep our students that long, because they stay. This is a township, so there's a lot of crime here. We can't keep them that long. So it's quite difficult for us to even motivate them to do their work, even at home, because they tell us that at home we don't have candles. Because some of the students here, they come from very poor backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's quite difficult.
Thank you so much for sharing us. I'm going to let you go so that you can start the process. I know that you're going to be invigilating with the Matrics. Thank
you for having me. I'm invigilating now.
Okay, thank you very much. Sikina, I'm just going to move over to the principal here, Dr. Msunduzi. Very difficult, as we heard Mr. Taylor talk about the challenges that he as an educator faces. But in terms of the school and the running, talk to us about the Matric pass rate here. And is there concerns that, we might just see a dip with regards to what has happened this year? Several incidents, including the pandemic, the unrest, and now load shedding.
Thank you, Jayed. So I can say that looking at our pass rate for the past years, our pass rate is ranging from 77% up to 80%. Now, looking at the challenges we encounter this year, so talking about pandemic, we have the unrest and also recently the load shedding. It affects us more, especially the department. The benchmark for this year is 70%. Anything less than 7% we regard as underperforming school. Therefore, as a school, we have worked hard introducing different programs. For instance, compulsory morning classes and also afternoon classes so that we catch up with our learners. We also introduce the Saturday and also Sunday classes. So we have the timetable where teachers are coming on Saturday and Sunday teaching these learners so that they can catch up with the programs, because we have the annual teaching program where we must finish exactly by August so that we prepare them for the trial exam in September. So it means that the learners are affecting more, especially with the issue of load shedding, because they can't study now as they are writing. So it's really they are disrupted towards writing their exams in terms of the hours they should study, because I tell them that they must have the study timetable so that they have enough time to study. With this load shedding, it really affects them.
Mr. Ndwandwe, I look at you and I can visibly see, the tension and, the anxiety as well, because these are your children. You told me off air, you care for every single one of your learners here at your school. In terms of the curriculum, were you able to complete that? Because it was a very difficult year.
No, I must compliment educators within the institution, more especially as I indicated that they have to sacrifice in normal teaching hours, coming early in the morning, early by 6:30 to teach these learners so that to complete the syllabus. And also on Saturday, so we have the timetable for Saturday classes. So that's why I'm saying I must compliment educators within the school. Say they have worked hard and extra mile in terms of making sure that they complete the syllabus that is scheduled by the department.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ndwandwe. Well, that was the principal of Zwelethu High School here, Dr. Mduzi Ndwandwe, talking about how the school has been able to assist these learners here, Leanne and Sakina, in terms of classes that they're running on Saturdays and also support that they have. You also heard one of the educators, Sisanda Cele, talking about what he has done in able to assist them. It hasn't been easy for educators on the ground. You would know that we are still in a pandemic. Things have changed in schools. Compound that with the July unrest in KwaZulu-Natal and now, the load shedding level 4. It's been very difficult for them. And I can tell you now, it's raining. It's very gloomy here in KwaZulu-Natal. I've peeped into the classrooms. It's quite dark. It has not been easy for students to come and to write. Many of them of which are saying that, they're using all kinds of methods to study. This area in Umlazi is impoverished. Not many people can afford candles. And one can only imagine, how difficult it is for the matriculants sitting down for their final examination this year. It's back to you in studio.
Well, thank you so much, Jayed Paulse, and of course, just giving us a sense of how these power outages are actually affecting the matriculants in Umlazi this morning.